What's up, everyone? I'm Thanos, and today with me is Jason Hamilton, one of the authors of the Monarchs of Camelot stories. Hello, Jason.
Hello, it's good to be here.
Nice to have you here. How are you?
I'm doing well. Pretty keeping busy these days. Lots of writing.
So, tell us a few words about you.
So my name's Jason Hamilton, and like you said, I'm one of the authors behind the stories in the Monarchs of Camelot. And it was a really fun opportunity. And just a little background for me, I am an author as well. I've self-published a couple of books, and the reason I got picked to work on these stories is because I specifically have books about the Arthurian legends. I have a series called The Fairy Queen, and I have a website called mythbank.com where I talk about the Arthurian legends and other mythologies. And I think that, got some people's attention, and, the rest is history.
Yeah.
I keep doing that. I work on that. I have a YouTube channel helping authors out as well. And yeah, that's my life right now. It's a fun life.
Nice. So, what can you tell us about the challenges you faced while writing a story for Monarchs of Camelot?
I think the biggest thing for me is I've never actually written for a board game or a card game or any kind of game really before. I'm just used to writing linear stories in, like a book form. And so it was different for me figuring out just how you have to structure a story when you have to adhere to a certain set of rules around gameplay mechanics and things like that. That was different for me, and so I came up with a bunch of ideas and presented them, and Anastasia was just like, yeah, we got to change this and that because that doesn't work with the game mechanics, and I thought, okay, and went back to the drawing board. But it was a fun experience. Definitely something I would love to do again at some point in the future. I enjoy challenging myself with a lot of different writing formats, so it was definitely fun. I would also say keeping everything under the word count was also a difficult thing because all of these stories fit on little cards, right? And getting it down so that it could tell a compelling story while doing so in the space allotted was also a fun challenge.
It was restrictive for you, or it was a fun challenge, as you said?
I wouldn't say, it was restrictive, but in a good way, right? It was the kind of restriction where it makes you think, makes you get more creative. And so, yeah, I would call it a creative challenge more than a limitation.
It gave you the opportunity to take different paths, let's say, and to be more creative in the whole process.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
Nice. Nice. And did you do some research on the stories that you wrote?
Yeah, I did some research. A lot of it was just, I had a pretty solid knowledge of the Arthurian legends so far, and so I was able to draw from that. And there was one that was not drawing directly from my book, but was kind of inspired from my book series, because there's one in there that involves the Fairy Queen, and so, keep an eye out for that. But I did do some research. I remember there were, a lot of people are familiar with the Green Knight, but what a lot of people don't realize, there's also a Blue Knight and a Red Knight and a Black Knight. And so I did one story involving them and had to do a whole lot of research on them. But yeah, most of it I'd say was just kind of things I already knew.